Well, hello, and welcome to the Hope Hotline. Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Welcome to all the TikTokers out there, and welcome to the Hope Hotline for all of you on all of our other social media platforms. Thank you for joining us today. We have some very interesting questions, but I don't know what they're whispering about over there. But you know what? I told Tracy, I woke up in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m, and I asked myself this question. Well, it really wasn't me asking myself this question, but I thought of this question, not for myself, which I ended up asking myself this question, but I thought to myself, that's a really good question. So here's the question. Everybody think about this. What if all of your conversations were posted on social media? So every single thing, every conversation, maybe even the ones you have in your own head. No, maybe the ones that you even have with yourself. But most importantly, what if every conversation you had with somebody was posted on social media?
Ouchie.
Solid. Nope.
Norma asked if it
Yeah, I
counts.
was wondering if there was like a time frame.
And if it counts if you talk to yourself.
And yeah, because if I talk to myself, then there's some.
So it's funny you
not
said that.
good ones.
Well, if you're talking to yourself, like, we'll keep those things private.
Okay. Then
But
But if
that's
you're
good.
talking to other people, like, what if everything we ever said to someone else was posted on social media? What would that look like? That's frightening.
a lot of
A lot of
nonsense.
just crap that people would just
Oh, yeah. A lot of, like, everything we were just talking about, people would be like, are you serious? That's what you guys people, you're wasting my
People just
time.
Click off. They'd be bored.
Yeah.
Not for us, but for everybody else.
Yeah, you'd be bored. But here's the thing. This is the thing that I think about with that is if your conversations with people like were viewed by others, what would their perception be of you? And then on top of that, you would have to, like, a lot of times, have you ever noticed, like, remember Duck Dynasty, the show Duck Dynasty? How when they first started out, all of them kind of looked kind of normal. And then as the show got more and more popular, then they all started caring, the women especially, started caring more and more about, like, what they look like. They started wearing really, they wore a lot of makeup. They always had their hair did, the whole thing. Like, you gradually saw how they started, you knew that they were watching themselves and their show because they were like, oh, I don't like how I look, because they started making sure they looked good.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you looked at yourself, see, I think that they saw themselves in a light that they thought this is what they look like. But then when they saw themselves in reality, they were like, ooh, I don't look that great on camera. And the perception that they had convinced themselves of wasn't the true perception or the reality of who they really were. Does that make sense?
It does.
I think that's what a lot of people would do. I think people paint a picture of themselves and it's a portrait that they believe that everybody else sees and looks at. And that portrait ain't real. Most people, you can try and sell yourself a bill of goods. Like, there's really good con artists out there, really good scammers who can make people believe, like, like ones with great charm and charisma. And they can usually for a while fool people. But after a while, even people start going, something smells.
Yeah.
This is not adding up. So you're like, I don't think this person is who they pretend to be. I think that's what, if conversations were put on display for all to see, I think people would be very disappointed in themselves, but they'd be very disappointed in, or others would be very disappointed in them as well, because I think that, I don't think people really, including me, it's not like I'm saying, point the finger at everybody else. I asked myself that question and I went, well, do I want everything that I say recorded? Heck to the no, because I catch myself all the time. Shut your mouth. That doesn't need to be said. Don't say that any further. And literally people convince themselves of things. Like, I will talk to people. I will talk to people and they will tell me this is what I do and this is how often I do it. And I have a means and a ways sometimes to say, okay, let's look this up and let's see if what you're saying is actually true. Or not necessarily, I don't phrase it like that. What I will say is, let's look this up and let's evaluate this really quickly, because what I get isn't the same as what you're getting. But maybe there's something that I don't have that you can show me on your side that proves what you're saying. And inevitably they'll be like, "Yep, that's the way it is. That's true. That's what I do." And I'm like, "Okay, well let's open up the books and let's see what we got." And 99 times out of 10, when you go to the books don't convey the very thing that the person is trying to convince you of that is true about them. And then you have to sit there and go, "Well, where's your proof? Because here's mine. Where's your proof?" And they're like, okay, well, just forget it. Just forget it. And I'm like, no, let's not forget it. Just give me your facts. Give me your documents. And they don't never have any. Well, never mind. I don't need it anymore. I don't want, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, why don't we just, instead of saying never mind, you know what? Just say, you know what? I was wrong. What I told you, I have made myself believe an untruth about myself, and the truth doesn't reveal the same thing as what I'm telling you. So my apologies on that. Whether I meant to do it or not, I wasn't honest. That's the problem. That's the problem. People always want to pretend that they're somebody they're not, or believe something about themselves that is not true. And that's going to get you into trouble. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Or am I making sense at
Yeah.
all?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
You know, it's a good example of this, that show Super Nanny. Is like they have no idea what's wrong with their kids. Like they're like, why are they so badly behaving? And then we watch it and we're like, what do you mean? Like, what do you?
How can you not see
How
it?
can you not see
Yeah.
it? Right. And Pastor Tom always talks about how everybody has a level of delusion that
Yes.
they just don't. You just don't see it.
Such a great word.
It is delulu.
Because that's exactly what I'm talking about right now.
I know.
Is people have given themselves a delusion about themselves.
Right.
Yep.
And it's like
And a lot of times it's rooted in pride.
always,
right?
yes,
And so-
always, because you think you're like it can't be me,
not.
can't be me. It's got to be everybody else. But when you see the same patterns in your life, like at some point you got to
Yeah.
say like, all right, I have no friends.
Who's the common denominator?
Exactly. Who's the common denominator? And if it's you,
But what's so funny about all of that is everybody wants to, okay, well, it hasn't worked out here, so guess what? Fresh start.
Yeah.
Let's do a
Yeah.
fresh start.
yeah,
Yeah.
The problem is you go with that fresh start. So guess what's going to happen? Same thing.
Yep.
Because
True.
you got to fix you.
right,
Quit making yourself believe
Right.
a bill of goods that is just not there.
Right.
But let alone, like, your words mean something.
yeah,
So maybe like the Bible, it says to be slow to speak, but slow to be angry, but also a wise man, the foolish uttereth all of its thoughts, but a wise man is slow to speak. So like the reason why a wise man is slow to speak is because he's thinking about whether or not he should say it.
Yeah.
And if I am going to say it, how do I say this correctly?
right,
But most of the time, even the Bible says, don't talk too much.
true,
Be quiet.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we'd save ourselves a lot of heartache. I kid you not. I literally thought to myself, ooh, I don't know. I think people would probably freak out if their conversations were exposed.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not good.
not good, not good. So think about that next time, because you know who's always right next to you? Jesus.
Right.
You know who always hears you? Jesus. So you're not hiding from it. Like, it's not like, just remember that next time you're having a conversation that's not one that's like building anybody up or making progress, and it's just it's just like just to get your feels out.
Or to entertain you.
Yep, remember.
Or and so
Yeah.
even sometimes it's not even to entertain you. It's because you're frustrated. So you vent your frustration or whatever. And sometimes it's like, why don't you not vent your frustration, but why don't you figure out why you're frustrated?
Yeah.
And once you figure out why you're frustrated, why don't you try and figure out how to solve that problem so you're not frustrated?
Yeah.
Whether that's like Tom gets frustrated over things, right? When things don't work. Instead of venting, being frustrated over it not working, why don't you just stop, slow down, and process what makes this thing operate and work instead of being frustrated, which causes you not to be able to do anything. You can just get mad. But then people do that with people. They're frustrated with people. Okay,
Yeah.
well, don't be frustrated with people. Like for me, when I get frustrated with people, I try and go, okay, why am I frustrated? Is this me or is this them? If it is me, fix me. If it is them, then either I talk to them or I say, I'm going to just hope that it works out, or I'm just going to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Or it could be both. It could be you and the other person. Then you just try and figure it out to the degree it can be figured out, and then you move on and shut up.
Yes.
Because sometimes the other person doesn't want that you're frustrated with, doesn't want it to be fixed. And so round peg, square hole,
True.
stop. Don't frustrate yourself when they don't want they don't want it, then you don't pursue it. Like wait, because sometimes
on.
time has a way of healing itself.
True.
Absolutely. You know how Pastor Tom says there are Bible verses that he wished wasn't in the Bible?
Yeah.
This one is mine. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
It's Matthew 12:36. And I tell you this, you must give an account on judgment day for every idle word you speak. Yikes.
Yeah, I pulled up the whole chapter. Yep. And it, like even the way it starts is make a tree good and its fruit will be good, or make a tree bad and its fruit will be bad, for a tree is recognized by its fruit. You brought
Yeah.
of vipers. How can you who is evil say anything good? For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. A good man brings good things of the good stored up in him, and the evil man brings evil things of the evil stored up in him. But I tell you that everyone will have to give an account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken.
Yep.
For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. Ouchies.
Yeah.
And nobody thinks about those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Tom's hits gossip so hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tell people all the time,
It's
don't
not worth it.
do
either.
it.
Could you imagine going to hell for gossip?
I'd be really disappointed.
Well, people will be going for
So
jealousy,
mad. Yeah.
that too.
envy,
So not
being
it's
covetous.
So not worth it.
Who cares? Who cares?
I know.
Like, be happy where
Yeah.
you're at. Learn to be happy with yourself.
Be
But
content, like Paul says,
yeah,
in
But
all things.
getting your jollies off of that social media is the worst. But getting your jollies off of somebody else going through something difficult or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, like shut up. It's not cool.
Yeah.
But that's that. Like I literally was like, I gotta ask you guys what you think about that.
I like
that would be an ouch you mama.
Yeah,
though.
it would be.
For me. Like that just show I'm a work in progress, but at least I'm trying to work. But
Yeah.
I'm honest. Like when I say I'm not pointing the finger at you, it's coming back at me.
Right.
But everybody needs to be thinking about that stuff. It's serious business.
It is.
Like
It really is.
shut your mouths, people. You'll live a happier life. You get yourself in a lot less trouble the less you talk.
True. And you'll find so much peace too. Like when you're busy doing things that God likes, you just have more peace that follows you.
True.
Oh, way
You know?
more. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
It's way better.
It
You know
is.
what I love? I love it when, and we see this around here all the time. Tracy talks about it too. But I love it when something goes down and people find out about it. And I don't know how they find out because we don't talk about it. But when people find out about something and they're like trying to talk to other people about it, and they're like, I don't want to know. Don't talk to me about it. I don't know about it, and I don't want to talk about it. That's really good for the person that wants to talk about it. It's a good lesson learned. And then for the people who didn't say anything, it just shows their trustworthiness and who they, if they're really a good friend and they don't go around and talk about something, then those people know that's a really good friend.
Right.
They knew something about me and they didn't say a daggum word. Because that's what I think when people know stuff and they don't say anything, I sit there and go, well, I'm going to trust that person
Yeah. Yeah.
because they don't talk.
Yeah. Yep.
It does matter though. I mean, it really shows your character. It really, really does.
For sure.
So
And it's not common either. So you
It's
be,
not.
be an uncommon people,
Yeah,
yeah.
be uncommon. It confuses people
it does.
and then they're intrigued.
Well, plus you're more treasured and valued
You
when
are, of
when
course.
somebody knows they can trust you beyond like that you're not going to go and run something and you're not going to go and run around to all your friend group and talk about it.
Right.
Because adults do this all the time. I was talking to I think Talia was there. I was talking to somebody about this. And they were saying how in young people it's very common, which it is common in young people. But I find it extremely common with older, mature adults that are retired. Because what's happened is they have no job, right? So they don't go to work every day.
Right.
So now what do they fill their thoughts, their minds, and their communication with?
Right.
Other people, other things, because the older people love to talk about other people.
Right.
Whereas if you had a job, you're busy about that job. You have a goal, you have an aspiration, right? To get to the next level. Now on your job, are you potentially talking and gossiping and trying to climb the ladder and backstabbing? Yes. But it's a lot of times it's a lot less gossip than people who have nothing to do all day.
True.
Yeah.
And I find a lot more people in the older, more mature running smack than a lot of times I see the younger. I mean, everybody does it, but to the degree it happens, I think it's a lot less to a certain extent. So, I mean, am I wrong about that?
No, you're not wrong at all.
I mean, gosh, man, you go to if you live in Florida, if you're watching TikTok, we live in Florida, right? So here in Florida, there's so many, listen, it's God's waiting room. It really is. It's God's waiting room.
It is.
And so all the older people live in these communities that they all live in these same communities and they don't like they're 55 and older communities or their communities. And if a young person moves in, they pretty much do whatever they can to get them to move out, to make it the most uncomfortable as they possibly can. So they move out with their kids because they don't want the noise. They don't want to deal with, but these people have parties and all they do is get together and they go on walks and all they do is run each other down. I've worked in them. They're like,
It's
it's
not good.
bad.
It's not good.
They are constantly talking about each other.
Right.
And then seeing each other at night going, hey, how you doing? Such frauds.
Yeah.
So you want to do your thing and then
I do. All right. So I'm going to have to add TikTok on here. So if you are watching live on Facebook, you can do all your things. You can like, share, and comment. Let us know who's watching. I see you guys on there. So let us know. We got it on Foundation Church's Facebook page and the Hope Hotline. We are live streaming on both. We are also available on YouTube right now. So if you're over there, you can subscribe. If you're watching the replay, you can just write down in the comments that you're watching the replay. If you're watching live on YouTube, come on over to Rumble because that is where the conversation is going and we would love to see you over there. I'm going to add the little link to make it super easy on you. That is the exact one that is live right now. So head over there. If you want, you can always go to Black Robe as well if you're listening to the replay or if you are struggling on Rumble with ads and stuff like that because I know they've been a little bit crazy lately if you're not paying for the subscription. You can head over to all the other options that we have for you. Obviously, we have the audio podcast that's available too. So if you're just driving and you can't watch us, or if you're cleaning and can't just sit down and watch for the whole episode, you can go and listen. Put it in your little AirPods and go on your day. It'll be available later on, and of course, everywhere that you can get audio podcasts, it's available. We need your questions, so send them in to askhope@hopehotline.com. And yeah, just send in anything you want. Just a reminder, Natalie comes on at the end of every month now, so you can send in the same, or those different questions, the medical questions or anything for Natalie, you can send that into the same place, askhope@hopehotline.com. We have our merch available. You can't you can't send that into askhope@hopehotline.com. You have to go to foundationchurchfl.com, click shop, or if you are actually visiting our church, Foundation Church, you can come into the merch store and we have that stuff available as well. You can follow us on Instagram and you can follow the Hope Hotline on TikTok, and Hope has her own TikTok as well. And we are moving on up, and that is pretty much what we've got on there. What Hope is doing on her TikTok is very different than what we do here. So you'll want to go check out that stuff and join in the conversations over there. It's some pretty funny stuff that's funny and random and crazy and like, what? Like, what are you getting yourself into? So
I love that she's always in a different spot.
always
In the church.
She's always somewhere.
Never thought of that spot.
See? Thank you. And then the question she answers, like somebody was like dating or fell in love or had crush on their daughter's teenage boyfriend.
Yeah, that one was
That one was special.
I was like, what the crap?
Was special. So you've got to go hear
That
what
is
she has
so
to
freaking
say.
nasty, though.
Okay, so hey, it's Hope 01. Yeah, so make sure you go over there. But come back to us, and we're live on TikTok. So we're live on the Hope Hotline TikTok, and Hope is live on hers as well. So hi everybody that's on the Hope Hotline, and I don't know who's on Hope's over there. So if you can hear me, hi.
I don't know. I don't even know how you can tell.
Yeah, I know.
It's too far away.
It's
I
too
can't see
far-
it.
Yeah. So we'll be able to go back in and we'll check out all the analytics later on because that's super fun. But Hope, have you seen the new action figures?
Well, no, I really haven't. You told me about these action figures, but no,
Yes.
I have not seen them. I don't know what the heck outside of your husband's who looks like.
Okay,
Dear
so
God.
he was showing. So JR was showing me. Actually, I probably should have pulled his up too. But JR was showing me this person that was doing them, and I'm like, oh, they're making those. He's like, yeah, it's AI, and I was like, I wonder how somebody's doing it. So another person I followed put the prompt, and you put it into, of course, ChatGPT, our bestie. And so they gave you the prompt, and you put the prompt in, and this is what it came up with. So Hope. This is you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a 200-pounder right there.
Okay, we're gonna do
That doesn't even look like me.
We're gonna do Vanessa next. There's Vanessa.
Heather. I mean Heather. Tracy. That doesn't even look like Vanessa. Like Vanessa looks fat.
Look what's there. Listen, I don't choose how thick they make you. It's ChatGPT. Okay, but look at
I'm not mad about the hips.
Vanessa. Do you see what you have with you?
Hold on. Oh, tambourine.
Did you put a tambourine in there?
Yes. And then what's the first
Oh
one
my
say?
gosh.
Can you see the Bible? It's the
Abide.
Bible.
Okay, Vanessa. Vanessa, for the first time in your life, you have a rack.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
No, I'm
listen.
not mad about this.
Yeah.
I am not mad
she's
about
got hips.
this.
I don't
You
know.
are not thick like this.
No, I'm not.
I don't know
I'm-
why I gave you an extra shoe
Why
either.
why is she so thick?
It just does what it wants.
I mean, she has a gut even. She doesn't have a gut. Dear God. Oh my gosh. Who is that freak? That does not even look like you.
That's Norma. That's Norma.
She's so fat.
No, she's healthy.
20,000 more times
And
this
her-
year.
She's very healthy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There's Talia.
Why does she look so fat? She's so skinny.
Okay, listen. It's a healthy version of.
What the frick?
These are action figures. They're not skinny. They have to go fight a war. Okay. Lastly,
Oh dear Lord of mercy.
I made it all the way in. My feet made it in. Some of you guys, your feet were like all over the place. But I've got my son in. That's important. I got a Rockstar energy drink that I never drink, and 2 AirPods, which is funny because I do always lose them all the time. I always lose my AirPods. So I really appreciate that.
You've got big boobs in this thing too.
Thank you.
What's up with that?
Thank you. And very.
And thick legs. You don't
I got
even
them
have thick
quads.
legs.
I know.
She got a rash.
She be doing them
And
squats.
I feel short.
I look like a freaking
do feel
Oompa
short.
Loompa, bro.
Okay.
That is not. No, I think
There's
mine and
Sarah.
Norma's is
Like
the
a
worst.
transvestite.
There's Sarah. That's Sarah.
Oh, did you tell Sarah to look?
No, because I thought
tell
thought she was
Sarah
gonna be
this is
here.
Scary.
But look at their face. Like the faces freak me out because I'm like, that's not Sarah.
That is so not even.
Okay, and lastly, and Tootie, because Tootie's actually was like the cutest. So
Okay, it doesn't look like her, but it
no, it
actually
doesn't.
is
But
the
it's
cutest.
not scary.
I wish we could show my first
Dude,
one.
I look like a transgender
Once
boy.
fold it up.
I'm telling you right now that yours is really bad, Norma.
Mine's the worst. You guys also put me in the worst outfit. Thanks.
I know. I was like, what's
look
up with that
Vanessa as a
outfit?
kid in my freaking pantsuit.
Oh
I mean, Vanessa's gut.
Was it?
Like,
I know.
what is up with the gut?
I
It
don't
wasn't
You don't
me,
even
guys.
have a gut.
It wasn't me. It wasn't
They
me.
made
It was
Vanessa big
ChatGPT.
boned.
know. Yeah, they
My
did.
first one literally made me cross-eyed and fat.
It did.
What does the guy look like?
Do I
Her
look like
mouth
that?
was
No.
like, it's the scariest.
Look at me one more time.
Okay, we're looking
Show
at
me one
Norma
more
again.
time.
Okay, here we go.
We didn't. What is my? Actually, she has a better nose than me. But like, I don't even like. I don't. What is my face? And my arms are so long. Gosh, I look scary. She's gonna be haunting me.
I mean, one arm is longer than the other. We can see the picture still. You can't. But Norma, you look like this.
I look like a monkey. Look at me. I'm like. Oh my god.
These aren't supposed to be like.
These are
good.
action figures. So
Yeah, but I've seen action figures. At least the people look decent.
And my forehead
that's subjective.
Is a football field,
That's
bro.
subjective.
Oh
Look
my
at my
gosh.
forehead. I'm half
I think-
bald.
Oh my god.
I have a receding hairline.
She's struggling. She's very busy doing saving the world.
ChatGPT likes pretty people. That's Tracy's words.
What is that?
What I
I said, I don't think ChatGPT likes
ugly
pretty
people.
people.
They don't. They make you not look cute. So, anyway, so that was our fun for the day. I should have done Natalie. Natalie would have been fun too.
Natalie probably would have been pretty with her hair.
I'll bring
Are you
hers
kidding
on.
me?
I'll bring hers on. I don't think anybody's pretty in these things. But
No.
and Jared looks like stranger. Like he just freaks
Jared's
me out.
Jer, I was like, Jer, dude,
Jared's
you're not going to use that for
horrible, but
business, are you?
Jared is- there was one
Dear
that I was
God.
like,
His
yo,
leak hero one is scary.
Their
that's
their
the one.
faces
I was
but
freak
his
me
normal
out.
one isn't bad.
The one he just put out. 3
So
hours
how did they, if anybody wanted to do this hero thing that's watching on any of the platforms, where do they go to do that?
ChatGPT.
And what do they type in?
They've got to type in a prompt. So I'm gonna have Can you figure out maybe go into Rumble on your app and just copy paste?
Yeah.
Put in the comments.
So if you're not on Rumble,
Then
go get an
sorry.
account,
Yeah, exactly.
make an account on a Rumble,
Yeah.
and go to the Hope Hotline.
Correct. And then it'll be in the comments. So-
And
if
some
you're
of you
watching
are
the
like, I don't
replay-
want to know that
Maybe,
bad
like,
enough. I
post
don't
them.
blame you. I wouldn't want to know it
Yeah.
that bad either.
Yeah, if you
Tag
do.
us.
Yeah. If you do it, put it in your Instagram story and tag us and I'll share it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
We'll
Yeah.
share everybody's
Yes.
heroes.
Every
or
single.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
action
you
figure.
tag us,
Yeah.
we'll put it on there.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We'll put it on the show on Friday.
Ooh,
On
okay.
Friday, and we'll post it on the story.
Okay.
Yeah, we can post it
Double
on
whammy.
stories.
We'll do it
I
all.
would love that.
We'll do it all.
It's too long.
What is?
It won't be
For
too long.
comment?
Or yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay, then just do it on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put it on
Put it on
Instagram.
Instagram, and then that way we can see it at least.
Yeah.
People can figure it out. ChatGPT.
I know you probably can find it easily at this point. I wonder if I just.
Or if you
I'll
just
do.
text one of us, we can just send it to you.
Yeah, DM
Yeah.
the Hope Hotline too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Send me
Okay.
the prompts.
Okay.
Yes, send the prompt.
Send the prompt.
The more
Like, send me
difficult
the
it gets,
prompt. I
the
know.
fewer the people are going to do this, and I do not blame you.
I know.
So I'll
It'll
expect
be so
nothing.
fun.
Just research it.
I'll
I'm sure it's
expect
out there.
nothing to be posted on Friday.
Google it. You can get the prompt.
Yes. I'll find a way to do it. We'll just go to the next question,
Okay.
and I'll work.
Spending way too
Let
long
us do the first question. I love that though. That was
That
pretty
was
fun.
So funny. So funny.
Okay, so how do you work through people who you consider friends coming in and out of your life without it affecting you? I'm 57, and I'll be 58 next month. And people, I mean, all my life, people have come and gone. If you grow up in a military home, which I didn't, then people come in and out of your life for forever, and you're probably being more specific to someone or something. But I'm just going to tell you, like, let's think about this. When you're in elementary school, like I grew up in Virginia, right? And so I lived there from my 4th grade year all the way until I was like 24. So, and I went to school with all the same people from elementary school all the way to graduating. So I didn't have to move around. My parents, like we moved to a place, we stayed there. And that's where so I grew up with these people. Vanessa, didn't you grew up in the same neighborhood your whole life, right? So
Yeah.
you didn't move around. Tracy, you grew up in the same area pretty much, right? So everybody you went to elementary school with, you grew up. Okay, so you're like me, right? But here's the thing. Even though, and I make this to a point, military people that are in the military, their kids grow grow up and they move from place to place to place to place to place. They're like they're called like gypsies, nomads, right? They are used to making friends, losing friends, making friends, even ones that they absolutely loved. But even still, people like us three that grew up in the same town, went to school with the same people, like people came in and out of our lives constantly.
Yeah.
Some moved away. Some got pissed off. Some got hobbies. Some took up sports. Some of the things you just like end up going two separate ways.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes you outgrow people too.
like life is nobody. I don't know anybody in my whole I mean, I have 2 girlfriends from high school that that I love and I'm still friends with. But that's about it. Like I've known you for over 10 years. I've known a lot of people that I've known for like 20 plus years, right? But most of the people in my life have come and gone. I would dare say that's the same as you.
Yes.
Like that's life. I mean, and to expect it to be different than that is not realistic at all. I mean, people are going to come and go out of your life. And while they're there, you enjoy them and you have fun. And you have to know in your mind that at some point, the likelihood of them still being around is slim.
Yeah. For the record, though, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, I think we pretty much longevity has proven that. But I'm just saying, but that's not not normal.
Yeah, it's not normal.
It isn't normal. I mean, like Norma and Taya. I mean, Norma and Taya have been friends. I don't know.
6 or 7?
Yeah, and you guys are very young. So, I mean, that's not even normal. And then you got your daughter, who is what? How old is she?
10.
10, and she's been friends with the same kids at this church for however long. I mean,
5 years now.
Yeah, so can they grow up together? Yeah, but they're like I've had friends where I had kids, they didn't have kids, and then they end up having kids, and we're not friends anymore.
Right.
It's not because, and we stayed friends with them a long time after they had kids, but their kids started having sports and doing different things.
Right.
And their life took a different direction, went a different direction. That doesn't mean like it's some horrible, like, do I miss that friend? Did I miss that friendship? Of course.
Right.
But like, I wasn't devastated by it not being there anymore, or other friends that have been like that. I wasn't devastated. That's life. Life has ebbs and flows. And for me, you guys can say whatever you want after this, but for me, if you focus on the negative, then you're going to have negative thoughts. If you focus on the positives, then like your apprehension to have relationships with people will not be there. So a lot of times, what a lot of people do is they like give their heart and they just believe that this person's never going anywhere. Well, that's ignorant.
Right.
It's not right. I mean, it's not even a possibility. The possibility of them leaving is higher than them staying. That's the truth. And you should always know that although you don't want it to be the case, but at some point, they could tell you that they're moving away. And you're going to just have to like take that pill and swallow it and be okay with it. But you have to focus on the fun times you had. And if you always live in the, I wish, I knew somebody, I'll use this example. I knew this person that, like, because friends had left them, they didn't want to have any more. They never wanted to have friends anymore. Really, they didn't want to grow close to anybody anymore because it was too painful. And I'm thinking, how mature are you? This isn't such an immature thought process. Like, that's just not life. What are you going to do when your kids grow up? I mean, it's not mature. It's not a mature thought process. Right. And guess what? This person, their kid has never gone away. Like, that kid is like hunkered down. I don't know if the person could handle it if the kid did leave. So I mean, for me, always, always, always focus on the good times. Know that the potential of somebody leaving is there. And even if the relationship broke up because they decided that they didn't like you anymore, or they're gossiping about you and you just can't tolerate that, or again, they have to move away, whatever the reason is that they have decided to separate or they have had to go their own way, what you do with that determines the outcome of you being happy, sad, mourning, joyful, or living your best life. I choose to live my best life and know that if somebody leaves, somebody is better coming along. And that may sound mean, but that's how God works. He's not going to take something that you had really great in your life and make it worse. He's going to, if you didn't do anything to cause a breakup, or if life took them in another direction, because just life takes people in other directions, because that's the way it is. That if there was nothing that you did to cause it that you need to learn from, then know that God's bringing somebody else the same, equally, or better your way, that you're going to have a great time with and make more memories with. I mean, why focus on the sadness? But go ahead. I know Vanessa's got something good.
I don't know if it's good or not, but no one should have that much power over you. Like I've even heard Pastor Tom say, like, if anything were to happen to you, like, or if you decided to leave, like his life will go on.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, even towards our husbands, really, we should have that attitude. Like, no one should ever have that much power over you and how you view the world, period.
I agree.
Never.
I agree.
I mean, you love them with all your heart.
Yeah,
That's it.
Absolutely.
But they don't have your heart.
Right. Right.
And there's a
Exactly.
difference.
There is a difference.
There's always like a good balance between things. And I think people just get too far
To one side.
to one side.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have like friends that I've had for a very, very long time, and there's seasons. Like I have one friend right now. I don't know the last time we hung out, but if I called her and I was like, "Hey, like I miss you. Can we hang out?" She'd be like, "Yeah." Like when can we hang out? Like so, but there's no conversation, but there's also no like animosity towards each other, and so I definitely have friends like that. And I have like one of my friends moved all over the world, and so we would see each other when we could, and it was just like catching up with an old friend. But we're in different places right now. When I was a young mom, like hanging out with friends that were in working all day long, like it just didn't mesh, and so but there was no hard feelings. So I'm thinking like most of the people that I don't have a relationship right now with that I'd want to like have a closer one. It's just because we're either too far and it's just we're just working full time or in different worlds. But I could go hang back out with them. You know, like I've left things like where it's not there's no animosity.
And here's the thing:
you know?
sometimes there is going to be it isn't going to be an easy like separation. But even in that, staying bitter and angry,
Right.
why do that to yourself?
I know.
Again, go live your best life. I think it was Aaron I was talking to. It might have been Tracy, but he and I were talking, and he says the best, and it's not that you're paying somebody back. It's not like I'm gonna show you. It's not that, but the thing is when you don't allow somebody to, I say have authority over you, but I love the other term, which is power over you. When you don't have somebody who has the authority over you and like they control your feelings, like if they have a bad day, that means you're going to have a bad day. If they have a good day, that means you're going to have a good day. If they want to be your friend today, then you're going to be their friend. But when they don't want to be your friend, you're going to be down in the dumps, whatever the case may be. When you just live your best life, living your best life is being successful. And that's one of the things Aaron was saying to me. He's like, the best thing you can do when something separates and people really want your demise and they want you to feel the effects of them leaving you, like I'll show them kind of thing. The best thing you can do is not let it bother you.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're playing that it doesn't bother you. Like it legitimately has no effect on you because it's not that they don't matter. It's just that doesn't matter. I mean, they matter, but what's going on doesn't matter. So I'm not going to give it any attention. like you made a decision, I have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Guess what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Life goes on. Que sera, sera.
That's it.
And I'm going to be successful regardless, in or out of my life.
Right.
Success is coming my way because that's what my goal is. And when you do that, like,
It's a peaceful life.
it's a piece.
is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
is.
There's a trend on TikTok right now. And it's like, imagine hating me and I'm at home and you're like doing something silly.
Yes. Yeah.
But
You
imagine-
know what really
Yeah.
ticks people off though is, again, imagine hating me. People sit and they literally. That's why the thing about actually, if your conversations were on social media,
Yeah.
like that's where this could go into if I think about it. But think about this: people literally get mad at people, right? The person that they're mad at really doesn't care. It's not that they don't care about the person, but they don't care. They're like,
Right.
I got better things to do with
Right.
my time than this, right?
Right.
I don't have time for this. So they're talking to a whole bunch of people, right? Because they're pissy about whatever they're pissy about.
Yeah.
And you're in your pool lounging while
Yeah,
they're
literally.
like got financial woes or like whatever's making them bitter besides
Right.
you.
Right.
Right.
Like, because a lot of
It's
times
something.
that are people that are like that are bitter about so many things,
Yeah.
or they've got so many other problems. Like, it's just you're just one more thing because life sucks for them, even though they like to pretend that it doesn't. But your attitude and everything you says different.
Right. Right.
So my thing is like, where we're chilling, laughing and having a good time, you're over there like
Fuming.
who? But you want me to be like you? I'm not doing it.
Nah.
I ain't got time for that.
Nah.
Who cares?
Right.
Again, it's not that you don't care about the person, because you do, because
Right.
Yeah.
they have value.
Right.
But you just can't care about that.
Yeah.
And if you stay like that, then there's a chance that the relationship can mend itself. But like for me, if this is, it's probably a chick, but
Yeah.
chick, like don't care.
Yeah.
There's plenty, we always say is like, there's always another bus with another person on it that you will get off and will be your friend.
True.
Or if somebody breaks up with you, if this is a guy that broke up with you and you were just like, listen, there's always somebody hotter.
True. And in my head, I'm like, man, I feel sorry for you because I'm awesome.
I always
missing
think that.
this.
I know I know that sounds cocky, but I literally always think, well, that was their loss.
I'm so funny.
I don't care.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's your loss, not mine.
I know it's
I
fun.
still got me.
Exactly. And what's funny is usually you attract. So if you're the type of person that's like always trying to make things work, or you're always like, you attract those people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like that narcissistic behavior that like likes to see people fume because they're fuming, like that's where it becomes really toxic. But when you just don't give the attention to that like toxic behavior, basically, guess what happens? They find somebody else to go do that too, because they just want you to like.
it always is repetitive.
It is.
It's always repetitive.
Always.
If a person's doing that,
Right.
they will do it to whoever they're doing it with now,
Yeah.
or the people they're doing it with
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's groups, you know,
True.
like I especially like these partying groups, like these people who like to party together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They always turn on each other.
Always.
True.
They always do.
I mean, it's fun at the very beginning, and then they start picking each other apart
Right.
Yeah.
because behavior is behavior. It's always
Yeah.
going to. I've seen it. I've seen it with these groups. It's just so. I know I'm not talking about church groups. I'm talking in general,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
groups.
Yeah.
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 I've seen it plenty of times. Like even back in the day when I partied and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, but that behavior still existed. One minute we were all happy and happy-go-lucky, and the next minute we were all turning on each other like a pack of wolves.
True.
Right. Yep.
And it didn't take alcohol to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not always.
No, because people are people.
People are people.
It's going to happen.
Right.
So
Yep.
I say move on and it's sad if these people have to move out of your life, because a lot of times in like DC area, transient, like people come and go because they're in a military life, and that's tough. Military lives are tough. So if this is because people have come in and out of your life because of jobs and things like that, what you're going to have to do is just in your mind know that I might have this person for a year, but this year is going to be a great year, and we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it ends in a year, then I had a really great year. It's all about what you mentally go into things with.
Yeah.
Don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success and enjoy every freaking day. Because really, every day is up to you, whether it's going to be a really good one or it's going to be, I'm just getting by.
Right.
I choose not to live like that.
Yeah.
I don't care how much is in my bank account. I don't care how many friends I have around me. I don't care if my job is piled on. I don't care. How is today going to be? It's determined by me. And it's going to be a good day. And I'm not going to let anybody or anything dictate my response. It's not happening.
Yep.
So I hope that helps you. But you're in a room I'm in a room full of people who are just like me, because that's how we choose to live.
Yep. Yep.
So, I mean, and if you do get mad, use my rule of thumb. My rule of thumb is I give myself 30 minutes. If I get really mad about something, which happens, but it doesn't happen very often where I'm really, really mad. It happened to me like 3 times last year. I was really mad. And I gave myself, with each of those times, 30 minutes. And then after that, I was like, okay, time's up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get, girl. 30 minutes. And then move on.
I've used it.
I like that.
What?
It's
I
good.
said I've used it.
You've used what?
The 30-minute
The
rule.
The 30-minute rule?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Have a nice little pity
Was
party.
one of the times involving me.
Norma wants to know. 1 out of 3.
no, it
Oh,
wasn't.
dang it. I really
No, no. I literally get over. I literally get over you guys really fast. Not Vanessa and not Vanessa and
She
Tracy.
requires more time.
No.
She
They
requires
never. They
35
literally.
minutes.
They don't even take 2 minutes if I get irritated. No, it's my kids.
What's mine?
It's my kids.
Hers 29.
How long does it usually take?
No, I usually am done like in 5 minutes or less with even my kids.
You guys are 2 and I'm
Just double.
5.
You're double.
No, it
Yeah,
was
that makes
big.
sense.
It was really big things last year.
Okay.
It was really big things last year that I had to, like, it was work related, that I was like, okay, you're going to have to regroup because people are freaking idiots. And it was people being idiots that ticked me off, like just being so stupid, where it was affecting other people and their lives. And they were hurting other people. That I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like people being mean because they can be mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
not
you're
cool.
affecting somebody else's life. That ticks me off.
True.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
So for me,
30 minutes again.
huh?
I know. Let's switch
You're gonna need your
topics.
30 minutes.
Oh, I'm so beyond with that from last year. But yeah, allow yourself a little time to regroup, but literally set your timer if you have to.
Yeah.
And then after that, say, I'm done. That's it. That's all you get. That's all this gets. Nothing more, nothing less. And don't do it very often, because nothing should ever make you that mad. But when it does, it needs, because it's of value. It's something of value, not because it's something petty. Pettiness shouldn't even get your time. So let's do sponsors really quick. Can you do sponsors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Were you guys in the middle of something? Did I take you from something?
I figured out a way to do the prompt. So we're getting. So what I'm gonna do?
What prompt?
Our ChatGPT action figure prompt.
Oh.
So I have, but I'm adding Norma's on because she didn't like her, so she's upgrading hers.
Okay, I didn't like mine either.
Sorry. No, I'm just joking.
Mine made me look like I was like a 70-year-old.
Okay, we'll
like,
switch it. We'll switch it. I know. Listen, I didn't do it, but I have like a graphic, and so what I'm gonna do, guys.
I used a really bad photo. For
Oh
him
my
though, on
gosh. Did
purpose.
you send that to Aaron?
No, I'm going to.
Oh my gosh. That's freaking funny. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have like a graphic like we do with all the stuff, Natalie, merch, all that stuff. So I'm gonna post that on. You have to go to our Facebook page, so because it'll be big enough. So and then it's gonna have it, and you can just copy and paste it. And I'll put it in the caption as well, but I'm gonna put all of ours on there, so we can redo yours before we post it.
Yeah, we are, girl.
Mom looks scary.
So does mine.
Yeah,
Look
but
at
how
Vanessa's
many wrinkles
face.
They gave her. She's
I
not
know,
even that
I know,
wrinkled.
I know.
Oh
but,
my
like,
gosh, they gave me wrinkles. I
Look
can't
at
even
who
see
is that
them.
girl? Like, who's that?
At least they got her dress right. My
I
outfit.
know, I
looked
know. No, her dress
Oh,
is
wait a minute, but
perfect.
I'm full of wrinkles. I couldn't even see my wrinkles.
You know what? Can you zoom in?
Maybe. Let me see.
Dear God,
Okay.
that doesn't even look like me.
Who
Oh
is
my
that?
gosh, I'm so wrinkly.
Who's that lady? That's what I
Your
think.
neck actually kind of, sorry if this offends you, but your neck actually kind of looks accurate to yours. It's not bad. But
That's a horrible neck, and I've been putting cream on my neck.
No, it's not. That is not horrible.
It's not great,
Yeah,
Talia.
Talia, that's a horrible neck.
Oh, I thought it looked fine.
Okay, I
thought it
need
looked
30
so good.
minutes.
Okay.
I need 30 minutes.
Turn to me. Let me see your neck.
It looks the same.
No, not the same.
exactly.
Not
That
the same.
one, does that one not look?
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, dear God.
30 minutes.
My neck
Put
is
there
worse
30
than I
minutes.
think.
She starts getting Botox in her neck.
Yeah.
All I'm going to tell you is that,
Oh my
Skin removal
gosh.
from
never
the neck.
mind.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, but I have a prompt, and we'll fix yours. But they're really small, so I don't know if anybody can even see them. But the whole point is, if you want your own action figure, you'll be able. Sorry, I'm not on. You'll be able to go to Facebook page, and you can copy and paste the prompt and add your own. And there's 4 options for the thing on the side, your little like action figure toy things. You don't have to do 4. So just
do, like,
just
3,
do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
3 or 2.
But it's super simple. Try it, and then you can see how scary your face looks as well.
Mine's horrifying. I don't
Well,
think mom's
like-
is too bad.
Mine
Talia
is
even
terrible.
looks like Talia.
Mine
Talia
is
looks
terrible.
horrifying.
So that's not going to work.
I'm so fat and my arms are like 6 inches off. At least
Yeah.
you guys are proportionate.
I don't know. I look scary.
Dude, I don't
Foreign.
have a torso. It's just neck.
You know those things on TikTok where you can put your face up and it counts down and says how old you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't even do that.
I did it. It said I look 33, so it's not even right.
Wow, that's rude.
It is rude. I'm
Not
not
even
Well, I might be
close.
100,
120.
so I'm not doing it.
Just don't
Me
show your
too.
neck.
Oh my god.
That was a joke. That was
30
a joke.
minutes. 30 minutes.
That was because we were making fun
Hey,
of
my thing went off, Tal.
Okay.
My thing went off.
Okay. Can you go start TikTok again for her? Hey, can you ask to join my TikTok and we'll join together? Let's try to join together. Yeah, let's see. Okay.
Okay, let's
Okay.
do the sponsor.
Go for
Real
it.
Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida, Inc. is owned by Lord Keller. They've been in business since 2005. They provide the most accurate certified home appraisal service in the Southwest Florida, and they have upfront pricing with no hidden fees. No waiting for a couple weeks for your appraisal. They have it done in 2 to 4 days. Why do you need an appraisal? There are many reasons to get one. First, when you sell your home, it removes any concern that you priced it too low to eliminate paying high estate taxes on a home you inherited, to make sure that you are not paying too much in property taxes because of an inaccurate home valuation. Lastly, so that when you list your home, it's not priced too high and sits on the market for months or longer. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida are highly trusted and valued. They have done over 10,000 appraisals. They are locally owned and operated for over 30 years. They are licensed state certified appraisers and are an expert team. Their appraisals have a 100% money back guarantee, and they can provide a residential real estate appraisal in the following counties: Charlotte, Sarasota County, Manatee, DeSoto, Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Lee. If you give them a call, they will tell you if you give them a call, tell them that you heard about us from the Hope Hotline, and you will receive a $50 discount. And I said that all wrong, so I'm super sorry. Hanson Auto. Oh, wait a minute. Phone number is 941-743-3700. 941-743-3700. Hanson's Automotive Services has been in business since 2017 with 20 years experience. They do everything from oil changes to tires to AC work to engine repair and replacement. They're not just motivated to do their best, they are automotivated. And their business lives by Proverbs 16:3, which is commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. We have 7 minutes to do, 941-460-3962. 941-460-3962 is the phone number.
Perfect.
Okay.
Getting everybody.
Huh?
We're getting everybody's phone numbers.
I know. Did that too fast. So let me ask you this. Do you have anything, did you get everything you needed to get done so I can do the next question? No? Yes?
No.
No.
Let me look real quick.
I'm looking at my neck. Ooh, God,
Stop
it does
looking
look.
at your neck. It's
Whoa,
fine.
we were joking. Well,
Your neck is fine. Stop.
Okay.
I was giving you a call.
Chit chat.
I'll just keep the microphone in front of it.
Mom.
Then you'll never see it.
Now we made my mom insecure, and I feel bad.
Exactly.
You're insecure. Don't know what.
I've been putting
for.
that stuff on there. It's gotten better.
That's
So
what I
can
was
you
saying. I was
imagine?
giving you a
Can you
compliment.
Can you imagine what it was
Is
before?
that the stuff Kristen Benny
No.
recommended?
No, it's different stuff, but that stuff worked too. But this stuff I think is going to work better.
What is
Tracy, have you noticed a difference in yours?
Not really.
this in your neck? What's there to change in your neck?
I have like a little line now that I turned 40. Like it's just like a little one. That's like,
I have that
Wait,
too.
can
it's
I
like
see?
a little line. Like this right there.
You see that?
I used to have a lot. If I did this,
Do I have a line?
No, you have
I had a lot of lines.
when I turned 40. No,
But now I don't have a lot of lines.
listen, and I've been
I'm almost
trying to.
60.
Are you taking the stuff that Natalie gave you?
Yes.
The GHCKU or whatever it is?
I don't know what it is. Yes, I am.
Okay.
So hopefully that
'Cause
helps
that
me.
will help. Yeah, that will help.
Wait, what is that?
It's a peptide.
Why is everything a peptide?
Peptides are good
Everything.
for you.
I should have put it on our
What even is a
ChatGPT thing
peptide? I
too.
don't even know.
I missed that as a missed opportunity to add that as one of your action figures.
My
The pep-
peptides?
I should have put a peptide for Vanessa.
Oh my
Totally,
gosh.
totally missed opportunity.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, chicken wings. Okay, so the question, it was just scripture? Is that what it was?
What are you talking about?
You said ready for the next question?
Am I allowed to do the next question?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't care if you have the scripture. It doesn't matter
okay.
to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I thought you were doing something with
I was like, did you say something?
no, I was worried about you doing your action figure thing for the people. I didn't know
no,
if you
we're
still
good.
needed to. Okay.
You made me panic for nothing. Now
that's
my
why I-
cortisol levels are all high.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
I'm
Now
gonna
that
drink my
neck
Diet
pain's
Coke
gonna
now.
get
Now,
worse.
yeah, look how bad it is now. Now there's two.
Oh my gosh.
She just tripled.
Super sorry.
Thank you. And Dropbox isn't working. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go cry.
Pound some sand. I have been dating someone for about 6 months. I really like them. I am wondering about my future with them and if they are the one God has for me. How do you know when you found the right one? Well, I don't think you're going to know that after 6 months. I say date a year, as I've always said. As Vanessa likes to say, per Adalis, is date all 4 seasons.
Holla.
So good.
Girl.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yes. So, okay. And I don't even know how many times we've answered this question.
I know.
But
God
it's
bless
so
it.
good.
You're
It's
due
such-
for another rant.
It is. It's been a little while since you've ranted about this.
Yeah.
I shall not rant.
We'll see.
I shall not rant today.
We'll see.
Yeah, it is a pet peeve, guys. I ain't gonna lie. It is a pet peeve. They're not lying when they say rant. It's a pet peeve because people don't think of marriage as forever.
Yeah.
Okay? Marriage is supposed to be thought of that this is a forever thing, not, okay, if we fall out of love or if it doesn't work out, we can always get a divorce. Okay? That's not an option. It should not be an option. It's over 50% now. People consider it to be an option in the world and in the Christian world. Okay, the Christian statistics are as bad as the worldly statistics. It's pathetic. But like, think about somebody. Who's the story about somebody they met each other in a day, and it was Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson. They met and for the first 24 hours, and then the next one they ran off and got married.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
After knowing each other for 24 hours, they ran off and got married.
That's stupid.
That's silly.
That's crazy.
That's about as smart as somebody dating for 3 months.
Didn't work out so great.
For somebody dating for 3 to 4 months, getting engaged after that, and then shortly thereafter getting married.
No, baby.
Man, get your freaking head examined. Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Outside of the fact of if you prayed about it and God said, no, this is the one for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally known people who saw somebody walk into a room and they felt like God said, now, if you're not a spiritual person and you're watching this, you're going to go, that's crazy. Well, I get that. I get that you think that that's crazy, 100%. Because listen, I would have thought it was crazy too. But I'm just saying there are times that I've literally known people from my childhood to adult lives where somebody walked in to whatever they walked into and they felt like the Lord told them immediately, that's going to be your husband or that's going to be your wife. They got married. They're still married and happily married. Had a happy marriage the whole entire time. It can happen. Didn't Jeff say that about you? Yeah.
That's why I'm not saying anything right now.
It just dawned on me that
Yeah.
I think that's what
There's
you
always
said Jeff
exceptions.
said. There's
Yeah, there's
always
always
exceptions.
You guys didn't like
We were old. He was older. I was not, but he was older. He was praying for his wife. Like he was on a
But
mission.
you didn't rush it, is what I'm saying. Like you guys weren't like married in 4 months.
No, we had all 4 seasons.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys still didn't rush it though.
No,
But he knew
but he
immediately,
knew
though.
very yeah.
And
He
for
knew
me,
within
I'm not
3
saying
months.
that can't happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I truly, even though people getting married quickly is a pet peeve of mine, I do believe, though, people can hear the voice of the Lord tell them that this is the person you're to marry. And if you got married in less than a year because of that, I'm like, okay, I get that. I mean, but most people, it doesn't happen like that, guys. Most of the people, it's not. Second Corinthians says, so let me just ask you, you want to know if this person's the right one for you. Well, let's go to the first question here. 2 Corinthians 6:14 through 15 says, do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what accord has Christ with Belial? Or what part has a believer with an unbeliever? If they're not saved, they're not the one. If you are a Christian and they are not a Christian, they are not the one. You are not going to missionary date somebody. That's actually against the word of God. And how many times have people tried to tell me they were going to do that and thought that that was acceptable? I nearly want to pop their head off like a pimple. And like, are you freaking idiot?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Obviously, you don't read your Bible.
Yep.
Do not try and validate or justify that kind of mentality. That is the stupidest thing and unbiblical thing I've ever heard of in my life. And it just shows spiritually where you're at, which is very immature. Second, are you mature enough to be married? So many people are not. Okay. If you cannot be mature enough to get married, where it says that the man is to love his wife like Christ loved the church. If you can't do that for your woman, don't get married. If you can't stand up for your woman in the simplest, easiest situations and you let her fend for herself while you're dating, or if this person that you're looking at won't even stand up for you, don't marry him. Because that's not what Jesus did for the church. And if you cannot submit, and that does not mean to be a doormat, and that doesn't mean to be a slave. That means that you have a voice. That voice is equal, but at the end of the day, a decision has to be made, and somebody's got to make it, and it should be the man's responsibility. But a lot of times, men often are like, good men are like, you know what? Your idea is better. So we're going to do your idea.
Yeah.
Okay? But I'm just saying, if you can't do that and honor your husband and love him in spite of not agreeing with him, don't get married. You're not mature enough. You can't handle it. Until you can do what the Bible says in marriage, don't get married. You can't do it. You're not mature enough. It's not possible. I'm making this as brief as possible, ladies, because we are now a minute over. Next thing, do you fight a lot? If you fight, and it's often, do not get married. Either you're too immature and you don't know how to problem solve fights, or you're not compatible. Am I correct, ladies? Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to say anything? Add your 2 cents.
You're on a roll.
I have a list.
Go for it.
You got it.
What else? Do you guys have anything you
Not
want to
yet.
add to that?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Have you crossed lines with each other? As Christians, the world does whatever they want. They have sex with whoever they want. They do Tinder, they go to bars, they pick up, they have one-night stands. Okay? That's their business. But if you're going to say you're a Christian, then Christians are abstinent. Abstinent? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought I said the wrong word. Like obstinate. They're abstinent, meaning they don't do anything until they're married.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, don't get married. Because you're not respecting one another. You don't love each other like Christ loves us. And I will tell you this, where you have something where let's see, how do I say it? This relationship, if it has crossed the lines, then what happens is it's fruit of the poisonous tree. Okay, and what I mean by that is something that has sin in it, and then you try and make it holy, it does not work. You have to cut off what is unholy. then regroup, and then see. Does that make sense? So my thing is if you've crossed lines, then that means you need to separate for a while, whatever, or make sure that you're never in a situation where you can do that again. Start dating properly. See if you can maintain that. And then you'll find out if you're marriage material, because here's the thing. You're stepping into a relationship doing what married couples do, and you're not even there yet. Mm-hmm. And there's sin there. And sin and God do not abide together. Mm-hmm. Ladies, want to add anything?
Yeah. That's huge. Yeah.
I'm talking to my husband on here. He's saying that he wanted to marry me right away, but he actually didn't want to meet me in real life. So we're going back and forth in the chat.
Oh, dear God.
And he's sending $1 to Norma for her hard work.
Thanks, Jay. And I was doing something on my phone, okay, you little turd. I was looking for something for ChatGPT.
So, yeah.
Mister.
You're doing great, Hope. Keep going. You got a great verse coming up.
I don't have any more verses.
What? Ephesians. I got it for you. It's all prepared and ready.
Oh, I'm done with that. I skipped it because it's too long. Okay, so I abbreviated. Okay, the last thing, because we're 5 minutes past.
Yeah,
the last
go,
thing
go.
is, before you do anything and say yes to anybody, pray and ask God, is this the person for me?
Yes.
And
Smart.
then you'll have a peace or you won't have a peace. Or you'll actually hear a still small voice. And I know people who are not Christians are going to go, yeah, right, sure. Okay, well, I'm telling you, unless you've been there, it's like aliens. I've never seen one, so I don't believe in them. But people who have seen them say, they're there. I haven't seen my brain, but I know I have one. Okay? You haven't seen your brain,
True.
but you believe you have one. So I'm just saying, until it happens to you, you don't know. But I'm saying to people who are Christians, if you claim to be a Christian and you want to know if the person that you're supposed to be involved with is the future for you, you're 6 months in and you probably don't want to waste your time another 6 months trying to figure out if this guy is the one or this girl's the one. If you have a peace about it right now and you haven't crossed any lines, you don't fight all the time, and this person honors you and you honor them, keep going, keep going out, praying and asking the Lord, is there a future with this person? If you don't feel a peace about that eventually at some point, then break it off. But if you continue to have a peace about it, keep going. And at a year, say to the Lord, okay, now things are getting serious.
Right.
I'm going to keep going out with this person, but I'm going to need you to tell me something. And I need by this time, by this date, I really need an answer. And if you don't have the answer, that doesn't mean you do anything, but it doesn't mean you break up, but it doesn't mean that you say either. Okay? If you feel an ick, then you break up. If you feel a peace, then keep going until you know that it's a yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think just because you don't have a peace right away that you dump the person.
Right.
I agree.
Because maybe there's things that both of you have to work out with one another. Like I know with Tom, God had to do some things in him to make him be a good husband for me. And it took 3 years to make that happen. Right. And so for me, I'm like, what if I would have just given up the first year? I would have missed the best thing in my life. And what were we missing? We had fun. We laughed together. We had a great time dating. Like he was my best friend. The only thing we weren't doing is having sex.
Yeah.
I think I can handle that for 3 years.
What a travesty.
I know.
Having sex. Oh, God.
It's only like what? How many times a week? How many times you do it a week for however long you do it? It doesn't add up to be near what people think it is. To the amount that they make it be the decision of a lifetime for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. So no.
Yeah.
Hold out. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Be super observant too. Like, go through a hurricane season together. You know, what does he do in emergency situations? Does he crumble? Is he running? Is he a flight instead of a fight?
Yeah.
Like, these are things that you should probably know before getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he making sure that you're safe?
Yeah.
I mean, are you making him safe?
Yeah.
Okay. It's one thing. Like me and Tracy, we laugh because me and Tracy, when we go to the airport, our husbands are like, okay, you just tell me where to go and where to sit and whatever.
Passenger princesses.
Right. We are not passenger princesses. Vanessa is. Vanessa is like, does nothing.
I turn my brain
She
off.
shows up.
She
When
just
I'm with
where
Josh.
me and Tracy's husbands just show up. But I can promise you, when we're in the thick of things,
Right.
I'm not in charge, and I'm not scared because
Right.
like my husband and your husband, like you're gonna have to fight to get through any of his family or to me. Because nobody's getting past. He'll die for each and every single one of his. You need a man who'll lay his life down. And if this is a guy that's asking you need a woman who wants to be a woman, but wants to be your partner in crime and go through the thick of it with you. So if you haven't found that person, then that ain't your person.
Yeah. Yep.
Find your person that makes you the happiest on the face of the earth. So
Find that person where you can literally turn your brain off when when they're around. You
I can't turn my
always
brain
have
off with
to-
Tom.
when you
I can't turn my brain
What?
off when I'm with Jagger. Are you kidding me? I'm like,
where you have to be on all the time.
are you talking about like performance mode or just
No,
like
just-
chill in
just
yourself?
sitting next to each
like
other.
you are
Oh, heck
so
yeah.
content.
100%
You're
agree
so
with you,
content
Vanessa.
And you're so secure in your relationship where you don't have to be on all the time and
Yep.
vigilant.
100%.
Like whenever you guys are together, you can literally just like go on pilot mode.
yeah.
You are absolutely right about that. That life is very easy.
Yeah,
And it can be that a marriage can be where life is so
Yeah.
easy
totally.
and you're laughing and joking around. And when you see the person making the phone call to you, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to them. I'm like almost 30 years, I'm over 30 years of being involved with my husband, but we're going into the 28th year of marriage. And literally he called today and I was like, oh yay, goody. You know, like it can be where you don't lose that.
Yeah,
A long time being with somebody doesn't have to be like, oh, what do they want?
true, right.
Never feel like that.
Yeah. No.
So thank you for joining the Hope Hotline. Does anybody else have anything to add?
That was good. That was really good.
His arm candy.
Okay, the next question that we have coming up on Friday, besides the other things that we're going to do, is a person that's very frustrated with their boyfriend because all they want to do when they hang out is look at the phone, text other people, and not be involved with them. Yeah, and then the next one after that is kissing acquaintances.
Ooh.
How do we stop that? We'll have other questions too, but those are the ones right now that we have coming in. So,
Wait,
and I'm sure they're
acquaintances.
Yeah.
kissing acquaintances.
Just friends that are kissing all the time.
I'll get into that, and I'll end up telling you about it
Yuck.
off of the podcast.
Okay,
but
okay.
kissing
I don't
acquaintances,
even
how do
kiss
we
my
deal with
husband.
that? See you on Friday. See you on Friday.
See
Me and the Peanut Gallery.
We'll be there.
Bye.
Bye.